Hey guys, welcome to my Genshin Impact tier list video. Before I start ranking all of your favorite characters and making you mad, let me just insert a little disclaimer here. This is my opinion, and if your character ranks low, it does not mean that you cannot use them. By all means, if you want to use a character I consider D tier because you like them, then go for it. I personally like tier lists because it creates discussion, and I think discussion is important for a new game. We can discover new things about characters we may consider either good or bad. If you disagree with a character's placement and you want to try to convince me otherwise, feel free to leave a comment below. As I've said, discussion is important in a new game, and I encourage it. Alright, so you may see here, we have some in-between tiers. A lot of tier lists don't have the plus tiers, but I wanted to try to get their skill, their usability, their placements more precise. And I think that just the S, A, B, C, D tiers don't do it justice. So I wanted to show the potential of moving up and with the in-between tiers. There's some characters that I couldn't feel right putting them in just a regular tier, and I'll explain that when I get to some of them. The S tier means the best. Alright. The S tier, they're just the best characters, who I consider to be the best characters. After that, A tier is amazing. You should be happy to pull any of these characters, and you should have a good time using them. I think B is good. These characters are usable. They're not quite up there with the A's, but they are some damn good characters. Then C tier we have mid tier, meh. You can use them, but it won't be as optimal as if you're using a BAS tier, you know. But C plus tier shows potential. Some C plus tier characters have the potential of going up. And D tier characters, I think they're bad. Those are the ones I will call bad characters. No. There's a huge difference between base constellation and max constellation, so I try to make this tier list kind of a median for it. So this is kind of middle ground. Let's take Amber for example, our first character, who we're placing in D tier, the bottom, because I think she's the worst character in the game. Alright. Amber's the worst character in the game. And base constellation versus max, it's not going to make a difference. She has her distraction ability on her E, and her little rain down arrows on her ultimate. It doesn't do much. It doesn't. There's one, there's better pyros. Two, there's better archers. Three, there's better supports. All that can do her job. She didn't really fill that niche unless you're doing a fire puzzle. But I'm not gonna put her C tier because she can do a fire puzzle. You feel me? She's a bad character. You're better off using any other character, to be honest with you. Now we can move on to Barbara. Now, I did make a tier list on the stream about a week ago, but a week ago I did not know as much as I do now. I knew a lot, but when it's a new game, a week is a long time to learn more things, and I've started to value Barbara less than I did before. Previously, I put Barbara at A tier. I even said that Barbara is probably the most consistent A tier in existence and will probably never move. And I've already gone back on that because I've started to value her less. So I'm probably not going to make that bold of a statement this time, but I'm going to put her at B plus tier because I actually don't think she's worthy of A tier. She's just, she's a healer. She can do her job, a very simple job, nothing too flashy about her. There are better healers in the game that can do her job. But, she's not a bad healer. You get her for free. She does her job very well for a while. Then if you start pulling other healers, you move on. She's that first. She's the first, Everybody has their first. Barbara's your first. You have her. It was a good time. You say goodbye. And then you got Jean or Qiqi now. But you know what? Barbara was a good time. B plus is fine for you, I think. I don't think many people will be complaining about ditching you for a different healer. Next we have Beidou. Alright. So Beidou. I think people sleep on this character a little bit. Just a little bit. When you have something unique in a game like this, alright, when you have something unique in a game like this, it's very, very good. Alright, I lost the word, but it's very good. When you have something unique, it is in your benefit. You need to be able to fill that niche. And Beidou, B tier, by the way, she can counter enemies, deal the damage back. Deal some damage back, rather. I think she's very useful, and she's electric. Electric is like the best comboing characters in the game. Both ice and fire, overcharge, and what's it? Superconduct? Yeah, superconduct are both great elemental burst combos, possibly the best. Beidou is very usable, and if you roll her, I think you'll have a very fun time. I think she's one of the most fun characters. I don't personally have her, but I'm jealous of those who do. I really wish I did, because I think I would consider using her. Now let's move on to Bennett. Bennett is an interesting guy. Right up there with Beidou. Now, Bennett does some very strong damage. Very strong. He's up there for damage. But when you don't have his constellations, when you don't have one of his constellations, when he deals his damage with abilities, he gets knocked back. Just like he's a powerful guy, he can't handle his own strength. Then later, you get a constellation that negates that, and you're able to attack as you please. But before that, it's a little, why use him, right? Bennett has a lot of competition, right? Let's say we even have him at max constellation. Maybe that's a bad example, but like, if we have him at max constellation, he just has a lot of competition, as there is. His competition is Diluc, Klee, and Xiangling. Maybe you can make a case for, I'd rather use Bennett than Xiangling. Sure, go for it. And maybe you could say, like, I'll use Bennett over Klee because it's the role I'm looking for. I'm not really looking for a range pyro DPS. And sure, okay, go for it. That's fine too. But if you're in between Bennett and Diluc, you're never going to choose Bennett, in my opinion. There's no reason to. Diluc's just going to do more for you, and you're crippling yourself if you have the option between both, and you end up going with Bennett. If you roll Bennett, though, and you roll him multiple times, dang, you are set. You will have a great time, have fun in the spiral abyss. Next, Chongyun. I rolled Chongyun very early. One of the first characters I rolled. I had a very fun time. I think he was a very good first roll. And I'm putting him in B+. Look, Chongyun is crazy powerful. At first, his damage is still good. But it's like, there are better options, right? There are better DPS options. Of course there are. But if you keep getting those constellation increases on him, and you roll with him, his damage is crazy. His damage is crazy. I got him one extra time, unfortunately. But, it's a step. It's a step. You keep getting Chongyun, and you will be fine. I even encourage, if you don't get him more than once, I think you should try him out. I think he's fun, and I think he fills his role well. Do not shy away from this character. Use him. It will be a good time. Let's go with the Diluc now. Now, where will we put Diluc? Hovering in between C+ and D currently. Oh, what's this? Oh, nobody was surprised. Okay, S. Alright. Diluc is Diluc. Everybody who plays this game knows this man, knows what he's capable of. His ultimate, his nice bird he has. He's a strong guy, okay? Best DPS in the game, in my opinion. And many others' opinions. There's like one other DPS that like you could put in the argument. But Diluc is just a powerful guy. He combos well. He's the most optimal DPS unit you can get. If you have him, use him. I don't care if you need to put your resources into him, collect those resources. Because it will be worth it. Maybe you're on like Spiral Abyss, let's say 4 or 5. You get Diluc and you throw like somebody that can combo in there well with him. You're gonna climb those Spiral Abyss 4s pretty fast. Alright, I'll say that. Pyro is one of the best elements in the game. I'd say Pyro and Electro probably. And as the Pyro DPS, amongst a lot of competition, he's at the top of the list right there. I don't think he's the best character in the game. I'll get to that later. But I think he's the best DPS. Another character I consider S tier, Fischl. I have Fischl. I don't have Diluc, but I have Fischl. She's been on my team for a long time, and I hope that she never goes away. She combos so well with other characters. She's a support. That's her job, right? She's a good combo. She's a good combo unit. Specifically, Venti. My personal favorite combo in the game is Venti Fischl. Use the Venti ult, throw Fischl in there, turn to a bird, go with the enemies, stand back, watch the explosion, go order a drink, go grocery shopping. You got some time. That's a lot of damage right there. And Fischl is part of that. She can do many things. Electric DPS, she's not DPS, she's support, but dang, she can do damage. Electro units are just good. They are just good. There's like only one bad Electro unit in the game. She is such a good character. Use her. Next we have Jean. Alright, Jean. Alright, Jean. I'll put her A, okay? I think Jean is probably the most vanilla, most basic, most cookie cutter character in the game. Probably even more so than the main character, oddly enough. She's very simple. When you get her, usually the other characters, you gotta take some time and figure out this is the most optimal thing I can do. But then you get Jean and you're like, I understand. And then you do everything that a max Jean player who had Jean for weeks would do, because she's just that simple. She's good though. She's good. I just think she's basic, She wears the Ugg boots. She goes to Starbucks every day. That's all I'm saying. Jean's great though. I love Jean. Love Jean. Anybody else love Jean here? Love Jean. She's just A. Okay? She's very basic. She does the job though. She does the job very well, and you should be happy to pull her. Use her. Good job. Yay, Jean. Alright, Kaeya. Oh man, Kaeya. I used Kaeya for a while myself. I was running 2 cryo units, and Kaeya was one of them. I think he's C. Not quite C+, because honestly, I don't think he has much potential. He's kind of mid. Just right there, man. He does his job early game, I'll tell you that. Early game, Kaeya does his job. But when you get access to more characters, he's just gonna naturally be removed from your team. When I first got Kaeya, I thought he was the coolest character in existence. He was teleporting around and stuff. And I thought, wow, I actually get to use this guy. They're giving me him for free. And then as I started using him more, I'm like, oh, they gave him to me for free. Wish I could have had Keqing for free. But yay, Hey, he does some cool puzzles, right? Good job, Kaeya. You did your job. You helped me explore. You turned lakes to ice. And, I can't really complain. Now moving on to cooler Kaeya Keqing. Right? She can also teleport, but better. Because her teleportation is actual teleportation. And, in my opinion, the second best DPS in the game. I was really in between these two tiers. I almost considered putting her in S, but I landed her in A+. I think she's almost there for me. Almost. Maybe in a week. Maybe in a week I'll change my mind again. But, man, she's so close. I think that she's not quite up there with Diluc. Almost. She's really good. I actually randomly single rolled her yesterday. That was crazy. Just minding my own business, did a roll on the Klee banner. See, I got a 5-star. I'm like, huh? What do you know? And it's Keqing. I'd even rather have Keqing than Klee. Okay, I like Keqing. She's probably the coolest character in the game in terms of like fighting. I really think she is. She strikes fast. She teleports. I think electro damage is sick. She's great for exploration. If you can't reach something, just use your teleportation. You're right there. She's easily one of the coolest characters in the game. A+ is very deserving, and I think eventually she'll even get S. Next we have Klee, the new character. Everybody's talking about Klee right now. Everybody loves Klee. Who couldn't, right? She's very fun. Last time I did this tier list, before I decided to remake it, I put her in A, and now I think she's A+. I did not know much about Klee. I did not unlock the story quest at the time. I only watched a couple gameplay videos. But then I watched more gameplay videos and played the story quest, where you try her out. And dang, she's very good. There's some people calling her bad, but like, are they calling her bad because they can't roll her? Because they aren't putting their resources into her? Because she's not bad. She's very good and she combos very well. I don't understand how you could call the character bad. She's right up there in A+. I don't think she's S. I don't think she'll ever get to S. Maybe she will. Maybe that's my next like big false statement. Right? Maybe Klee will become the best character in the game. But I think A+ is perfect for her, and she's great to have. But the Klee banner, on the other hand, is a little... I don't really like the 4-star unit, so I'm a little afraid to pull on that. But I'll do it anyways, because I want Klee. Next up, we have Lisa. Lisa in D+. Okay. I was excited to see Lisa in this game, you know. We love the wall climbing, we love the voice lines, the ara, you know. But she's very bad. When I got to the Spiral Abyss Force where you need to use 2 teams, I only had 7 units who I could consider using at the time, and I struggled to find an 8th, and I ended up going with Lisa, just to like fill that slot so I could try it out. And man, when you use Lisa, you put out your abilities, you do damage, and you expect it to do something. And then you sit there and you wait, and you're like, but it didn't do anything. But the thing is, it did do something, right? But you didn't notice it didn't do anything because I mean, it just doesn't do anything. She doesn't do anything, okay? You do damage, but it doesn't do anything. Lisa does not do anything, and she's better than Amber, at least, because she does more do somethings than Amber. And electro damage, yay. Okay, woohoo. Mona. Thank God. Okay, we got a good character up here. Mona, A tier. I've used Mona for a long time. A long time now. I rolled her in that, when I spent money on the game, you know. Hey, go check out that video. Free-to-play player spends money on Genshin Impact. It was a crazy roll. I got some crazy lucky stuff. I got Mona and Venti back to back. What are the odds of that? So, Mona, great support. Very great. Combos well. Has very fun movement options. I love to move around as Mona. Most fun in the game, move around as her. I think it's hard to put her anywhere above A for me personally. Because it's not like she's she just doesn't feel right there. She feels perfect in A, and I think this is just where she belongs. I don't think she's quite up there with Keqing and Klee. Maybe in the future. But for now, I'm very content with this. Anybody who uses Mona, I'm curious to hear what you think about this. Because I personally, as somebody who uses Mona, have trouble putting her in A+, but maybe you don't, and I'd like to hear why. Let's go Ningguang now, huh? This is the first Geo character I'm ranking, and I have a lot to say about Geo. Let's just put her where she is first, though. I think C with Kaeya. Okay, I think Geo is the worst element in the game. I think Crystallize is pretty trash. I get it, right? You get a shield. That's very cool. That's very cool. But what if... Yeah, now this is kind of a big brain, right? Kind of 5-head, but what if you just avoided taking damage, huh? You wouldn't need the shield if you just don't take damage. Wouldn't you rather just use Superconduct or Overcharge? It does more damage, you know? I think that'd be pretty cool. Now, Ningguang isn't bad. Her, what, Jade Reflector or whatever it's called? That's a pretty neat ability. That's very unique. As I've said, having a unique ability, it fills a niche and you're able to be used. You can use Ningguang if you put your resources into her. That is true. But I think that base Ningguang is kind of... You don't need to use her. I just don't think you need to use her if you can help it. I think Ningguang is really cool, though. One of the cooler characters. And I think that you should use her if you like her. Alright? I just think that Geo is bad. For now. They need to do something to it. They need to fix Geo. I'll say it right now. Geo needs to be fixed. Another Geo character. Noelle's right there with her. Noelle. Everybody has Noelle. You pretty much get her for free, right? In that Noelle banner at the beginning. I don't even know if it's possible not to get her. I think it's impossible not to get her. But look, people are trying really hard to make Noelle work. She's even in the new banner, unfortunately. Dang, man. I really like Noelle's design. But can you really make her work? She's a good tank unit, right? But do you really need it, you know? Wouldn't you rather have a different element that can combo well with your good DPS units? And you just bring Noelle and you're like... I just feel like it takes up a slot on your team. Is there really a point? I don't think so, but hey, maybe you're having a good time and maybe it's working for you. Let me know. Qiqi. S tier. Best healer in the game. She's insane. Her talisman, or her little curse mark things that she puts on the enemies that heals you, is absurd. It should not be allowed. Deal damage, heal damage. Pretty cool. I have to say, she's pretty basic, you know. She's not hard to understand. But then, she's the most optimal healer. It makes the most sense to use her. There's really no drawback of her, in my opinion. She's just good. Maybe her drawback is that you need to get her. She's a 5-star character. And it's hard to get her. But you know what? If you can't get her, just use Barbara or Jean. Jean's also 5-star, so just use Barbara. You get Barbara for free, you know? She's like a discount, you know? Not really discount. She has her uses, right? But you use Barbara until you get a different healer. But when you get a different healer, as I've said, bye-bye Barbara. Qiqi, good. Use Qiqi. Razor. One of the reasons the plus tiers were created because I can't make up my mind about this character. Is he B? Is he A? Is he B? Is he A? He's a B plus. Alright. No, I don't think he's B anymore. I would never put him B. I can't justify B, but I can't justify him putting him in A either. He's just like right here. I think he's perfectly right here. He's so close though. And I think with time, he will move up and up. He's kind of like Chongyun, if you think about it. You get him, his damage is fine. He's a pretty good unit to get early on, and you'll have a good time using him. But he won't out damage like, you know, the Dilucs, the Keqings, the Klees. But when you get more resources, when you get more constellations, he is right up there with Keqing and Diluc. Alright, maybe that's a little controversial. But Razor is a dang good DPS unit. You need those constellations, though, if you want him to compete. The fact that he's an Electro DPS is also very solid. This is very much in his favor. For like over time, I think people will start to value him more. Maybe he'll get up here even. Wouldn't that be cool? Razor an A plus tier. But for now, he's in B plus tier. I think it's solid. I think he belongs here for now. And in the future, I'm sure he'll go up. He has probably more potential than most of the characters on the list to go up. Who's next? Sucrose? Another character in the banner. Sucrose is the first C plus tier character. Sucrose also has like the widest range of like possibility to move up in the ranks. She starts like C plus tier. You know, she's okay. Her ultimate's not bad. Her problem is she's discount Venti. Alright. And when I say discount Venti, I don't mean like, you know, oh, she's just 5% off. That's not too much. No, no. She's 75% off Venti. Alright. Got this man right here, Venti. 75% off Venti right here. And she's not bad. If you get all those constellations and you don't have Venti, go ahead and use her. You will have a good time and she will do her job. It's just like, I have Venti, so I will never need to use Sucrose. That's all I'm saying. Venti's existence devalues Sucrose. I wonder where she would be without Venti. I cannot possibly imagine, because I cannot imagine not having Venti, so it's a little hard for me to put her anywhere else, if you know what I mean. Moving on. We have the two main characters. Now we have two of them here, because one is Wind and one is Geo. The first one we're going to tier is Wind. Now the Wind main character is better than the Geo main character, and I'd put him in B. I say him because I use a male character, okay? Female main character may be better, but when I make the character, I like to name them myself. You know, I like to name them Ryan, and I like to go with it. But anyways, Wind. Really? Venti kind of devalues him as well. He has a great ultimate that combos well. But wouldn't you just rather use Ventis? Wouldn't that be a little more pog? A little more optimal, as they would say? I think so. You get him for free, though. He's not bad. He's probably, yeah, he is the best free character you get. Is the Wind main character. Wind Traveler. And that's the first character you get. That's you. That's you. You know, go with it. You can make him work. And you won't have a, honestly, will you have a good time? He's a little boring, right? It's you. You don't really want to use a main character. Nobody wants to use a main character. Unless you do, then go for it, man. That's on you. Next up is the Geo main character. Look, I have some experience using Geo main character, even more than the Wind one, because I thought the Geo was the better one for a little bit. And man, I figured out I was wrong. I was just wrong. I think I'm getting a sore throat. Sorry for that. So, Geo main character. Garbage, right? Only for puzzles, man. Take him out only for puzzles. Keep him on that bench otherwise. You use the E ability for damage for whatever reason, like I tried to. Sometimes the enemies end up on the platform, and you're just stuck trying to get them. At the time, I didn't have a range character, so I had to climb the platform to even attack them to get them off, because otherwise you have to wait for it to fall. It's not great. You know, the ultimate's alright, but it's just Crystallize is the real problem. Crystallize doesn't do anything. It's an elemental burst combo. It does a shield. It's just like, there's so many better options. There's almost no reason to use a Geo character, as I've said. I really hope this changes, because I think it's Xiangling, that story character. He's coming out. I think he's going to be good. But I'm just worried, because Crystallize doesn't really do much. Now is Venti. My opinion, the absolute best character in the game. Maybe I'm a little biased because I rolled Venti, and Venti has helped me through everything in life. Venti can do anything. Venti's helped me get my life together. Because, let me tell you, the time I've spent using Venti has saved me a lot of time overall. You cast that ultimate, you combo it with another character, and you can go get your life together. And by the time you get back, all the enemies are dead. Venti's ultimate did the job for you. You had time to go do whatever you needed to do. You get back and you still won. It's a win-win. It's amazing. Just the best ultimate in the game, I think. It combos with like everything. The ultimate support. Venti can do anything. You did it. You pulled Venti. You won the game. Really, you won the game. Limited character now, so if you didn't pull Venti, you know, have fun with Sucrose. If you get max constellation, Sucrose is better than the main character. It's not even hard to make it better than the main character, is it? But anyways, Venti is awesome. It's crazy. The vortex, scary. The damage, insane. And Xiangling, B+. That saddens me, it really does. Xiangling is my most used character. I've used her since like day 2, maybe day 1. I rolled her, and I saw that red panda Goba. Is there red panda? Possibly not. But I saw Goba, and I knew she was my favorite character. And I continue to use her now because I can't let go. But as I continue to use her, I have her like 5 constellation, by the way. So she's pretty good. But she just has competition, you know? Diluc, Klee. Maybe you could argue Xiangling over Klee. Maybe you could. But I couldn't. I think Xiangling is fun, and she does her job well. I think she's just right up there with Razor and Chongyun, you know? Reasons are basically the same. You can use Xiangling all you want. I do. It's a good time. You're just not using a Diluc. Get it? Her E, Goba, it's a fun ability, but isn't necessarily a consistent one. I would say no. So there are just better options. I really wanted to put her A tier, but in the end I couldn't justify it. But you gotta put that aside for the most accurate representation, I guess. Anyways, next we have Xiao. Alright, so he is not out yet. There is no test quest with him. We have only gameplay videos. And from what I've seen, I'm gonna put him, I want to tier him just because I just want to. I want to see how wrong I am, right? I'm gonna put him at a safe A. Honestly, I think this is probably going to be wrong. I think he's probably going to be A+ or S. Because he kind of looks ridiculous, but I'm too afraid to put him in A+. I said it. I'm afraid. I'm a coward. But he just seems like my kind of character. You see him dash around. You see his insane damage. He just looks like a lot of fun. I think he'll be a very fun DPS unit. I think him and Keqing will probably be the most fun DPS units in the game. I think you should pull Xiao. I think you'll have a good time with Xiao. And for now, A tier. But when 1.1 comes out, and I make another tier list, maybe Xiao will be S tier. Alright, the last character. Xingqiu. C plus with Sucrose. Isn't that really just the, look at these banner characters right here. C plus C. C tier is just the banner tier character. I don't ever really see Xingqiu going up. Okay. It's so... They're decent, right? He's decent. Use Xingqiu. Have a good time, maybe. If you want that kind of character. I just think that you could have better hydro support when Mona's right there. But hey, maybe you can't pull Mona. And not everybody can get as lucky as me and pull Mona like that. So you know what? Go ahead. Use Xingqiu. You'll have a time. Will the time be good? I don't know. You tell me. You try it out. You tell me if it's a good time. I don't imagine it'll be the best time, but I imagine it can work. And I'm sure once you get those constellations, Xingqiu will do a fine job. It's just a fine job. I don't know if anybody will ever try to argue to me that Xingqiu is even A tier, but hey, I'd like to hear the argument. You know, hey, comment below. Tell me, why is Xingqiu A tier? Question of the day, huh? Now, this is the complete tier list right here. Move the mouse away. Look at this. As I've said, this is my opinion. Please, I encourage discussion. Discuss it with me. And if you made it this far in the video, thank you. Like and subscribe. More Genshin videos to come. And I hope you all have a great day. Goodbye.